Sunday afternoon soccer here in Bowling Green, but make no mistake about it, this is a prime-time matchup. It's the Bowling Green Falcons taking on the Western Michigan Broncos here on WBGU PBS. Lucas Clamar alongside Henry Costco with you. So you have Bowling Green, who are ranked now number 45 in the country, which is the highest they've ever been in program history. One of the best starts they've had in program history. Now you have a Western Michigan team coming into town that hasn't lost a MAC game in 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, these are probably going to be some of the two top teams in the conference tournament when we get to Columbus in November. Western Michigan already with big wins on the season. Creighton, Michigan, DePaul, just to name a few. And you mentioned they haven't lost a MAC regular season game since 2022. And then Bowling Green on the other side, tied for the best start in program history, and then a big 1-1 result at Athens in OU last year, or on Thursday. That was a big result.
Absolutely. And Lewis Robinson's Broncos have been no short of unstoppable in the past couple of seasons. For Bowling Green, what's a big key that Chris Fox's squad needs to do this afternoon in order to get a big 3 points?
Yeah, what's going to be a defensive battle? Who can keep either team off the board? Two of these teams that are top of the conference in goals allowed. Taylor Green, the leader of the defense, a junior captain for Bowling Green. Then on the other side, redshirt senior Mira Pierre-Webster, who comes back from injury in 2024 after making the All-MAC first team in 2023. She's played every minute for the Western Michigan this year, and she's going to lead that back line for them.
Absolutely. These two teams have met plenty of times in the past, and this one should be nothing short of a classic. It's the Falcons and the Broncos, and it's live next here on WBGU PBS. Back in the broadcast booth here in Cochrane Stadium, Lucas Clamar, Henry Costco alongside with you, Falcons and the Broncos ready to do battle. And what could be a huge MAC game if you look at the rest of the duration of the season. The Falcons coming off that big win against Kent State last Sunday here, 2-1 at home, and then a big 1-1 draw that they fought back to earn a point in Athens on Thursday.
Yeah, a lot of late drama in that game in Athens. It looked like it was going to be a 0-0 stalemate going into the last 20 minutes, and then OU scored, but Gabby Lamparty got them that big game-tying goal that earned them a big result. In Athens, I had a chance to talk to Chris Fox about that game and what it means to have that game before you have another tough game here at home against Western Michigan. Right, Coach. So some late drama against Ohio on Thursday with the late goal for Gabby Lamparty. What lessons can you take from that game and transfer over to another tough opponent against Western Michigan today?
I think that's kind of been the story of our season, is that, you know, the goals aren't shaking us. They're just making us stronger, and there's just a level of resiliency that you know, makes you very proud as a coach. Obviously for us, I felt like we were pretty unfortunate to go down in the manner it happened. You know, I think we had control of the game, control of the chances, but yeah, like I said, to come back, get the goal, tie it up, it's kind of mixed emotions, right, with with how things went down.
Yeah, and then two of the better back lines in the conference for you two. What's it going to take for Bowling Green to break through against what is a veteran back line for Western Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, Western Michigan are the best team in the conference, obviously preseason #1. I think they're undefeated in a couple of years now as well in the conference. For us, it's about defense. I think it's going to be about the offense. It's going to be a combination of the two. How intelligent we are on the ball, right? Composed, being able to solve their block, break lines, and then punish them when we do break through. Can we move players around, create spaces for different players, make it difficult, and then obviously just making sure we're ready to cover any transition opportunities. I think that's when they come alive. Is, you know, they're comfortable with letting you have the ball in front of them, and then just want to hit you on the counter attack, and they can be devastating at it. So, yeah, it's kind of finding that balance between the creativity and the confidence on the ball, but then just making sure we're prepared if we do lose it.
All right, thanks, Coach, and good luck today.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hard-working public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
If you missed this week's episode of Scenic Stops and Stories, you can stream the full episode for free anytime at wbgu.org/Scenic Stops.
Kickoff, and we are underway here at Cochrane Stadium. Bowling Green and the orange, Western Michigan, and they're all white. Bowling Green going from left to right. Louis Clymer, Henry Koska with you. This should be a big one. Got a couple starting laps to go through first for the Western Michigan Broncos.
Yeah, it's going to be Regan Suliver starting at the goalkeeper position. The true freshman, Drew Martin at midfield, Abby Worthman, Avery Peters, and the returning defender, Richard Senior, Mira Pierre Webster. Maddie Canada, Meredith Vance, Heidi Tomasma, Avi Beckett, June Mullen, and Michaela Core-Pascal to round it out for the Broncos.
Yeah, Worthman, Peters, Pierre Webster, a couple of really key players there for the Broncos. Now for the Bowling Green Falcons.
Yeah, it's going to be Peyton O'Malley, the sophomore goalkeeper, in goal once again for them. Emmy Butera, Emily Holler, Isabella Mazzaferro, two forwards in the lineup today. Audrey Oliver in the midfield, Gabby Lamparty and Taylor Green, two defenders for the Falcons today. Haley Wolf, another one of those big key members of the back line, with Jana Searles, Ellie Pohl, and Emma Stransky rounding it out.
The first time this season that Fox has dished out the same lineup. And back-to-back games. Bowling Green under some early pressure here to start this one. Searles has that one poked away. It'll be a throw-in, though, for Western Michigan. A lot of bodies over here into this one corner. Searles still working a way to get out of it.
One thing you can expect from Western today is a lot of heavy, high pressure on this back line. That's what got OU their goal in Athens on Thursday, is a lot of pressure on that back line. We've seen that in the past few games against the Falcons. Western, one of the best teams at executing that sort of pressure as well. So,
yep, and Western coming off that 3-2 win down against Miami. So they're 1-0 to start MAC play as well. They haven't lost since 2022 in Mid-American Conference play. Won the MAC both regular season and tournament last year, losing to Michigan State in NCAA tournament first round. Go back to 2023, they won the regular season, but they couldn't win the tournament. So it's been a very successful last couple of years for head coach Lewis Robinson.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's to say the least, especially this year in non-conference play. They had one of the toughest non-conference schedules, two ranked opponents to start off the season, and then wins against Creighton, Michigan, DePaul, three solid programs. And then you mentioned the 3-2 comeback victory against Miami. Had to come back from 2-1 down late in that game.
There's Haley Wolf drawing the foul. That was Drew Martin who was tracking her down. Mentioned Bowling Green coming off that 1-1 draw in Athens against OU. It was a game that was 0-0 for most of the time until OU pulled through off of Bowling Green trying to play out of the back and OU just forcing a turnover. But then not so soon after, Gabby Lamparty connected off a set piece to save Bowling Green what could be a very valuable point down the stretch.
Yeah, that was a crucial point you mentioned. And Emmy Butera was the one with that free kick. We've seen her, be so good on set pieces so far this year, and another great free kick that earned that chance for Lamparty, who's also been fantastic, not just on the defensive side, but on the offensive side of the ball, tied second in points on the team this year.
This ball flatted in the air, Green. Michaela Corpascal trying to bring it down. A couple headers exchanged there. Oliver gets it to Holler, and trying to go out to Mazzaferro. Trying to use the speed of the Canadian winger there. Goes out of play for a BG throw-in.
Yeah, we'll see how the offensive pressure comes about from the Falcons today. You see 4 forwards out for them today: Holler, Mazzaferro, Stransky, and Poole. Seems like they have kind of a line of 3, and then Stransky up at the front as kind of the main striker. See how that develops.
Well, they played around the midfield a couple of times. Oliver getting a couple starts now past couple of games, but the one constant has been Butera in that defensive mid spot.
Yeah, it's been those two. Oliver has really fit in nicely here for the Falcons in the midfield. And
Pierre Webster's clearance deflects right to the foot of Poole. Works her way away from goal. Now double teamed by a couple of Broncos and try to earn a corner kick and couldn't do so.
I mean, you're going to see that pressure from that Western Michigan back line. Just so much veteran presence in that line. I mean, right there you saw number 22, Ava Beckett, the senior player for them, and then Mira Pierre Webster, who was Defensive Player of the Year in the MAC in 2023, missed all of last year due to injury, now has come back, played every minute in 2025, had been the clear leader of that defense.
A couple of really good defenders, Pierre Webster, Taylor Green, Lamparty on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Here is Lamparty on the ball. Poole trying to flick that on the Wolf. A little too strong.
It's been a lot of turnaround from West Michigan. Not the same roster that they had last year. You mentioned the 2 scores against Bowling Green, the 4-0 win for Western Michigan in Kalamazoo. Jem Blitchuk and Callie Cunningham not on the roster.
Here's a danger man for Worthman, but Jana Searles does really well with one-on-one defender to get that one away. Bowling Green throw coming up, and that was our first piece of action we saw there from Worthman. Quite the career she's had, both for Western Michigan, but also her 3 seasons that she had at Madonna.
Yes, tied second in the MAC in goals right now with Emma Stransky. That's been 13 points as well at a 2-goal game against Detroit Mercy. All MAC second team in 2024, and the MAC tournament MVP for her hat trick in that 5-0 win.
Yeah.
MAC tournament final over Buffalo.
Stransky almost able to keep that one in play, and we talked so much about the back line for Bowling Green, and rightfully so, but Emma Stransky's been on fire as of late.
I mean, you mentioned tied second in the MAC in goals, 5 already on the season, and it hasn't just been her. It's been Ellie Poole, who's had a great year as well. It's been Isabel Mazzaferro on the right wing, and Ella Kane, of course, who's not in the lineup today, but has contributed throughout the year.
Kaya Pascal chested down. Meredith Vance going to track this one on, but Taylor Green, another good piece of one-on-one defending and able to earn the throw. That's what she does best.
And Taylor Green, so calm on the ball and off the ball. It's really kind of what you want to see from a captain, especially a captain defender. She's going to be a key piece for the Falcons just in terms of keeping Western Michigan off the board, which is not an easy task. At least 2 goals in their last 5 games. Mentioned Bowling Green defense hasn't allowed more than 1 goal all season.
Worthman got her head to it. Holler trying to switch the point of play to Poole, but Butera picks it up. Now here's Poole. Switching it for Stransky. Coming through there was Vance to knock it away.
Good crowd on hand here for Sunday afternoon, a little cloudy. A couple of Broncos fans have made their way down from Kalamazoo to Cochrane Stadium.
Yeah, hot game today, high humidity due to the rain coming into the area tonight. 84 degrees here today.
Some press being provided here from Stransky. Western trying to build quick. Long ball looking for Cora Pascal. She'll get on this one, but Green will poke it away at the last minute.
Cora Pascal has been one of the leading forwards for Western Michigan this year. Transfer from Kansas. She came from in 2024. Only played 4 games there, but has played every game for Western as there's tackle.
Late challenge there on Green. Bowling Green still with possession. It's turned over off the foot of Oliver. Cora Pascal. Nobody in a white shirt home there. Was trying to combine there with Avery Peters. Grab midfielder from Mason, Michigan. Played 4 seasons with the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, another one of those transfers that has come in and immediately contributed for Western Michigan. It seems like every year they would get players from Big Ten teams. And then you mentioned players from even NAIA schools that have broken records at that level.
Cross flighted towards the left side to Worthman. 1-1 Searles. She'll get a poke in it. Goes out of play. It'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Broncos.
Good play by Searles to knock that one out. But first set piece here for Western Michigan. They've definitely had the upper hand offensively early on. See what look they elect to choose on the corner. See the group of 4 there, stacked towards the back end of the box.
First real set piece action here for Bowling Green. It's through everybody. And tracking that one down is going to be Worthman, but it'll be all the way out for a Bowling Green throw. And like you mentioned, while we haven't really seen any really clear-cut chances from both sides so far, Western Michigan's definitely had probably majority of possession on the Bowling Green defensive half.
Yeah, definitely not what they wanted from that corner. Just got it a little bit too far. I'm sure that's going to be the first of many for both teams today.
Turnover in their own end again. This one's lofted. Green brings it down. Pressure there from Cora Pascal. Step in one here, looking for Peters. Searles under some pressure, and she'll just have to clear this one away. And I got to say, the Bronco high press there has caused Bowling Green a couple of issues here early on.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking advantage of the back line and their ability to maintain possession, and that's what has given Bowling Green an advantage in a lot of games early on this season. But I think teams are catching on to that and trying to counter it.
Here's Peters off her foot, out for an O'Malley goal kick.
I mean, there's just going to be a lot of pressure on these Bowling Green defenders just in general in terms of performance and keeping Western Michigan off the ball in their own box, which is a tall task considering the talent on this offense for the Broncos.
Seen Peyton O'Malley there, and she's been a big part to the best 9-game start for program history for Bowling Green. Prior to this season, the best 9-game start was back in 2008 when they went 5-2-2, and that was also a match in 2016 and 2017.
Yeah, O'Malley been best goal in the MAC, or best goalie in the MAC, almost statistically leading in goals against average with a .667 and leading in with 33 saves as well. On only 6 goals allowed, good for an .846 save percentage. It's best in the MAC.
On the other side for Western Michigan there in goal, Reagan Sulliver, true freshman, in the net for the Broncos this year.
Yeah, she's been good as well. It's interesting whenever you see a freshman goalkeeper, you see how they perform, but she's been slow as we got a foul on the Broncos at the midfield.
A little bit of extracurriculars after the play, but that was a foul on Oliver. Someone also faced injury last year, and someone who's was one on the starting job now the past couple of games this year. He's rotate a little bit in that midfield, who starts, who hasn't. A lot of different lineup changes, as we mentioned this year. Stransky goes down. No foul call, but the pass a little too far there for Peters.
I mean, that's one of the strengths of this Bowling Green team we mentioned. They've played 19, 20, even 21 players at some points in games throughout the year. That's one thing that differs them from Western Michigan, a team that usually only plays about 12 or 13 players a game.
Just normal stuff you see as the year goes on, and especially when you get into conference play, you just kind of tighten up your bench.
Yeah.
To see kind of like who are your guys off the bench that can make an impact. But Fox has done a really good job of using the majority of his bench and showing this team's depth they have this year. It's still such a young team, but still have a lot of experience.
Yeah, 25 out of the 29 players on the roster have saw minutes in at least 2 games this year.
A step there from Oliver. Holler trying to get to Stransky there, and a little bit late on that challenge. That's going to be a foul on Hai Thomasma. Tennessee's starting to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we can expect that throughout this first half. These are 2 talented teams, 2 teams that are fighting for top spots in the MAC. This is a huge game, maybe the biggest game of the season right here at Cochrane Stadium for the Falcons.
A deep cross from Pierre Webster looking to connect with Peters. Out of play.
And Peters, that transfer from Michigan, played 40 games, started almost 30, over 2,700 minutes with the Wolverines for 4 seasons. Already 2 goals and 2 assists on the season here with the Broncos.
Here's Green. Holler, who is now traditionally a forward, started out as a midfielder, but you see here tracking all the way back as an extra man in that midfield to receive the ball. This one's turnover. Flick on, Lamparty has up initially. Worthman has it back down. Just trying to get the ball on the floor if you're Bowling Green.
I mean, you see the midfield stack that the Broncos are trying to execute. You know, it's 5 attackers kind of in that general area, just trying to win their one-on-ones and create some space out to the side if they get possession. That's going to be the main goal for the Falcons, is just keeping the Broncos off the ball. They can, and maintaining those matchups.
Lamparty's dispossessed in the box from Peters, but wins it right back. Nervy moment there for the Orange Brown.
Yeah, I mean, you see that pressure.
Ooh.
Collision there with Stransky. Stransky and Tomasma.
They've had a couple run-ins so far this game, so that yellow card for Stransky.
Yeah. You know, her physical defensive play style it helped them out on Sunday against Kent State in that 2-1 victory over the Golden Flashes here at Cochrane Stadium, but that can be the other side sometimes, where take it a little bit too far, earns the yellow there.
So first yellow card issued for either side comes in about the 15th minute for Emma Stransky. But that's her type of her play style. She's super ultra aggressive, high pressing, likes to turn the ball over, and all in all above is a goal scorer. We're seeing what she's done this year, leading the Falcons in goals so far this season. And if the tendencies like this 15 minutes in, Henry, I think it's what a sign to come for the rest of the half.
I mean, Stransky's defense and offense can kind of both wear down that Western Michigan back line, which is going to be a goal for both teams, is to wear down that back line that's both so talented on both sides.
Lamparty trying to go up to Stransky again. Pierre Webster. Dribble this one up into the midfield here for Bowling Green, looking for an option. Gets it outside. That was Mullen. Now here's Peters. Little cross on the ground. It's going to fall over. Peters! Western Michigan takes the lead.
Yeah, I mean, just like that, you saw a connection between those Western Michigan forwards and Pierre Webster getting that ball forward to create that chance. But Western Michigan on the board early, and they were pressuring through the first 15 minutes. They break through early on, and Bowling Green going to regroup, talk this through.
Just simple look-up play there. Good pass in the box there from Martin. And Peters, just really good there to take that touch there and kind of made a little bit of space for himself to get that shot going.
Yeah, the veteran connection. Second assist on the season for Drew Martin, the senior out of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, and goal number 3 for Peters, the grad student. So 1-0 early on, so Bowling Green going to have to play from behind. Saw them do this last week against Kent State, and they're able to equalize
And what this team's done so well doing is keeping teams off the board, and especially in the first half.
Yeah.
And now they find themselves down a goal here. Some that haven't been down many times this season.
I mean, that's what this Western Michigan team does, is they put pressure on you early, and they force mistakes, and they force you to play their style of game.
Justina Lesperance coming in for Western Michigan and for Michaela Cora Pascal. So a change up top, and I will tell you what, Cora Pascal was pretty active in that first half. Didn't really have a shot on target yet in her first minutes of action, but just holding up the play and dragging Green around that back line.
Yeah, that back line had their hands full early on for sure.
Looking up forward for Avery Peters again. For Peters, you mentioned at Michigan, playing those 40 career matches. Those 5 assists. That's her 3rd goal this season. Now 3rd goal in 3 games, score against Miami and DePaul, so make it 3 for 3 for her.
And she's been one of those breakout players. It seems like every year they have someone coming in as a transfer who's it kind of takes control of that forward position for the Broncos. It's been Peters so far this year. Fourth season under Coach Lewis Robinson, who's really kind of turned this program around and has kind of made them the standard for what it takes to win a championship in the MAC, especially with what we've seen the past 2 seasons, undefeated in regular season play, and a big MAC tournament win for them last year.
I mean, I remember I've been doing this now for 4 years. My freshman year, Bowling Green took down Western Michigan in the MAC quarterfinals here.
Yeah.
And while that wasn't technically a MAC regular season game, that's how long it's been. I mean, going 2 years plus now,
Yeah.
without even losing, just, you know, you play 11 MAC games, 10 MAC games every year, even just drop a result here and there. I mean, the consistency that takes is something you really can't really explain.
Yeah, I mean, just from the stats, starting in 2022, first year for Robinson, 5-9-5 overall, then move on to 2023, immediate improvement to 12-4-3 and 8-0-3 in the MAC play. So
some pressure again here from Western Michigan. Lamparty gets it out to Wolf. And again, too, you even talk about last year. I mean, that was arguably the best season in program history last year, doing the double regular season and tournament, but also just the wins over teams that they had.
I mean, they're even doing it again this year with all the wins that they got in non-conference play, and even competing with top 10 ranked Notre Dame. A 2-1 loss in that one.
How about this pressure build out here from Bowling Green? Holler tracking with them on back here for Western Michigan. Peters. Oliver again knocking it away, but it's going to fall outside to Ava Beckett. Trying to put that one in play. O'Malley off her line to collect.
Yeah, we saw this team kind of meet and regroup after that first goal. We'll see if they're able to put on the offensive pressure or if Western Michigan is able to defend it well. That they have to find that connection to Stransky, and that's who's provided the energy in past games for the Falcons. They got to try to find her again and reinvoke some of that energy into the game.
A long ball looking for Mazzaferro. And whistle was blown.
It's going to be on the Broncos. They're going to move. Oh, everyone's moving forward.
So we'll do it again.
I guess it was probably a foul kind of close to the back line as they're just going to take it back.
Here's Wolf. Stransky trying to lay it off on the run of Holler. It's cleared up and away. Butera wins it back. Here's Poole. Stransky late there, and she is on a yellow, so she's got to be careful there. Just a quick foul on June Mullen.
I mean, that was the right idea on the almost connection to Holler on that side. It's going to take those quick passes. It's going to take a lot of quick action from this Falcon offense. You see how versatile the closeout is on Western Michigan, especially in the midfield. Their ability to play defense on all fronts, on all sides of the field.
Lamparty will just knock that one away. Here's Beckett, long throw and looking for Peters. Out play, goal kick. Worth knowing that Falcons trail Western Michigan 18-11-3 in the all-time series. They were unbeaten the last 6 matches against Broncos before they lost 4-0 in Kalamazoo last year. Had 4 wins and 2 draws in that span.
And last victory for Bowling Green against Western came MAC tournament in 2023. 2-0 victory over them in the quarterfinal.
Bowling Green looking to create something. A tackle from behind there from Canada on Holler. Be a foul on Canada.
Here's an opportunity for the Falcons. It's been Bowling Green is kind of playing overly physical with the fouls that we've seen from them, and now Western Michigan, one of their own, as well. Take a look at it. And you see Canada on Holler, and yeah, just collision there, just a little too much contact, especially after the high kick there. We're going to move the free kick back a little bit. Gutierrez is going to take it.
And I think Fox might get himself in trouble here. And our head official will have talking to Fox, and Chris Fox will get a yellow card. It's our head official, Brian Miller. Second caution to the Falcons, that one to the bench.
I think not happy with how far they moved that one back on the free kick. Here they'll take it. You see lineup of 3, and then everyone else stacked on the far side of the box here.
The left foot of Utera. Delivering inside, looking for Green. It's not headed up. Stransky falls down. And a foul will be called in favor of Western Michigan.
I saw a couple bodies fall into the floor. Stransky went down as well. Ref didn't like what he saw in the box, so it's going to go the other way. Western Michigan defense not had much trouble so far in this game.
Skimmed off the head of Oliver. Searles. Hung past to Green. O'Malley just has to clear it up in the air. Foul unwavered for Bowling Green. There's Wolf, and that one's going to be one there from Ava Beckett. Wolf was waiting for it. Beckett went and took it. And the box into Peters again, trying to turn. It's off of Lampardi, now for a corner kick for Western Michigan. That's another example of Bowling Green trying to play out the back, but Western Michigan's press is causing some issues.
Yeah, I mean, they're just having trouble getting it out of their own box. I mean, the pressure, you would think, you know, after putting the first goal on the board, they might lay back on the press a little bit, but Western Michigan has not died down at all.
Abby Worthman's left foot across into the box, headed flicked on Peters, and a save from O'Malley.
Wow. What a save by O'Malley, laying out. You got that one, but another great chance from the Broncos off of the set piece.
One-time hit there from Peters. Off of Mazzaferro will be a throw-in for Bowling Green, and Lizzie Boltnick will come in for Emily Holler. And while we have a moment with this substitution, you're watching this matchup on a WBGU live stream since 1964. WBGU PBS has been an active part of the communities it serves, working with residents to make Northwest and West Central Ohio a better place to live and work. With more than 3,000 members, WBGU PBS is a true community asset and lifelong learning resource. WBGU PBS local programs and documentaries are designed to broaden knowledge and meet the specific needs of viewers, whether that would be education, entertainment, or a combination of both. So the first sub made for Bowling Green. And Bowling's come off the bench a couple of times this game to provide that spark.
Yeah, Boltnick taking that role that Stransky was in, and that striker position, 8 games off the bench for Bowling's number 9 today. 1 start so far in the year.
Here's Green stepping in and trying to get to Mazzaferro. It was last off the foot of Vance.
Meredith Vance, last week's MAC Defensive Player of the Week.
Searles to Green, and this is one of the few times, Henry, that we've actually seen Bowling Green have possession near the center circle into Western Michigan's half.
Yeah, they have had possession for a minute now. Holler maintains it. Searles is going to fly it in. Looks like it's going to end there. Bowling Green a bit more what they want to see, getting the ball past the midfield line. It's going to be Western Michigan on the attack again. Again, mentioned earlier, it seemed like they might lay back a little bit after they score the goal and settle down a little bit, but it's been the high press. They've still been providing the energy, and they're obviously trying to get that second goal early on and put this game out of reach for the Falcons.
Wolves going to track this loose ball down. And party up and away to Holler. And really, besides that goal from Peters, the really only real chance that's been on goal was that strike from Peters we saw moments ago on that corner kick that O'Malley had to make a save.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen a lot of throw-ins so far today. A lot of balls made out of play and a lot of flying play in the air from both teams.
Oh, and a little bit of hand on the jersey there. Trying to see who that was for Western, but we got a first caution issued for the Broncos, and that's going to be number 5, Drew Martin.
And we'll get another look at it. It just looked kind of like a jersey tug that just, yeah, that's pretty heavy jersey tug, pull her to the ground. That's clear a foul on Martin. See the Bowling Green bench getting into it a little bit there, trying to provide their team some energy.
Sophomore from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Jimmy, senior. Meanwhile, had the assists on that goal earlier this half for Avery Peters.
Yeah, Week 3 MAC Offensive Player of the Week. Western Michigan swept Players of the Week in that after their wins over Creighton and Michigan in the same week.
How about that pass? Searles running on with 2 Broncos and a great last-second clearance there from the Mason, Ohio native.
Yeah, great job to swipe that one out. But we've seen them push through the midfield, just get straight through and find those balls that get through to the box. Happened 3 or 4 times now.
That pass broke a couple of lines there from Bowling Green. Martin can't keep that one in play. Go back to BG. So O'Malley, that was around the line there, both literally and figuratively. Looking for Boltnick, dealt with there, Pierre Webster. Still being pressured there from Boltnick, and Boltnick able to win back the ball. Has some jersey being grabbed, and that's going to be a narrow yellow card issued, and give all the credit there to the junior forward there from Michigan.
Yeah, that's what it takes. Get the ball out of the hands of the redshirt senior, and obviously didn't like that. Got the ball taken away and decided to pull on the jersey of Boltnick. And that's going to be the first yellow for the Broncos and an opportunity for the Falcons. I mean, the physicality has gone both sides here early on.
I mean, we haven't seen that many cautions all season in the game, let alone a half. And that for Pierre Webster, one of the most important players, not just the back line, but this entire Western Michigan team. Now he's got to be careful. Butera again on this ball. It's dealt with pretty convincingly there from Western Michigan, but it's going to cycle back to Searles.
They're going to maintain possession with all the players close to the box. They're going to get another opportunity.
Here's Poole picking it up, trying to put the cross in. It took a deflection off of Broncos, so we have a corner kick coming up for the Orange and Brown.
Corner kick number 1. We've seen a lot of success so far on the set pieces. That's a lot of the emphasis on that head coach Chris Fox puts on the offensive game of this team is set pieces, both free kicks and corner kicks. Butera had a fantastic free kick in Athens on Thursday that awarded BG that game time goal. They go short here.
Searles looking for Lamparty, and why not? She's had a couple of those this season. Here's Poole. Green heads it back in, looking for the run of Holler. It might find a bolt. Oh, and the play is going to stop, and a yellow card will be issued. There's a a Falcon and a Bronco down, and I believe that's Taylor Green for Bowling Green.
Yeah.
And a yellow card will be issued.
And Taylor Green shaken up. It looked like collision between the two.
It might be Avery Peters,
Yeah.
the goal scorer, but that was a pretty heartfelt collision there, and Green seems to be okay.
Yeah, so Mike took a pretty hard hit, kind of favoring that left arm. She's going to stay in the game.
I don't even know if Bolton was on side there on that play because they blew the whistle. I know the head injury, you have to blow the whistle, but that was a pretty good attack for Bowling Green.
Yeah, that was good. That was going to be a chance. Boltnick earned the ball in the box. It's going to be a free kick for Butera.
Here's Butera trying to put that one on goal. It's not covered up, and the rebound. That was coming through. There was Lampardi and a couple of bodies, and Sulliver came up with a huge second save on that rebound attempt.
That was a miscue by Sulliver. She had to pick that one up the second it got to her, but she let it bounce out in front and got away with it.
First glance, she had that one covered up, and it was just spilled right there. Good turn from Butera.
Oh, man.
And advantage is going to be played for Western Michigan. Now a chance for them to counter. Long switch looking for Worthman. Trying to keep this one in play and track it down, and she can. Cross into the box. And dealt there from Oliver, excuse me. Back and forth action this first half for sure. It's Pierre Webster trying to loft this one in the box, and it'll go right to the hands of O'Malley.
Game played in the hands of Bowling Green these past 10 minutes. They get possession back again, but I mean, you can tell how much this game means to both of these teams with the physicality that we've seen, and they know that this could be a rematch come MAC tournament time in Columbus in November.
So while we have a moment on this throw-in, Scenic Stops and Stories is WBGU's local destinations travel show. Join WBGU PBS as it showcases the narratives of the known and unknown regions of Ohio and parts of Michigan, as well as highlighting the area's top talent, landmarks, and places of commerce, including everything from artisans, entrepreneurs, and historians to museums, theaters, and local attractions. Stops already are in the works for 2025. You can catch Scenic Stops and Stories Thursdays at 9 p.m. on WBGU PBS or at wbgu.org/Scenic Stops. Holler checking back in for this ball for Green again. Green looking for Boltnick. It's taken away there in the midfield. Drew Martin.
Nice takeaway by Oliver. Breakaway opportunity here for the Falcons.
Mazzaferro looking for an option. Cross looking for Poole. Dealt away there from Beckett.
Yeah. That was a 3-on-3 chance, but a good job by Western Michigan marking their man on that position. Bowling Green retains possession. See a couple subs waiting to come in. The Falcons as well.
Here's Wolf. She'll send this one in the box looking for Boltnick. Green has it right to Peters and on the same page there with Worthman.
A lot of disconnect in the past few minutes for Western Michigan offensively.
Here's Butera all the way back to Green. Lampardi. Misread there from the Bronco back line. Mazzaferro trying to keep this one in play. Put this one into the box. Holler chested down, trying to flex one to Boltnick. Pierre Webster just climbing over Boltnick to win that header. Physical, to say the least.
Yeah.
Here's Wolf. Back out the Pool. Left foot across, and now on the right side of goal there, just out of play. Abigail Baldridge for the Broncos are coming in. Maddie Canada will check out. And as you mentioned, Henry, there are a couple more changes for the his Falcons.
That's going to be Mina Sam checking in. And the freshman Quinn O'Neill, both of those midfield changes. And Emily Holler is going to check out. So along with Audrey Oliver. Mentioned the depth in this. A couple young players coming in. Mina Sam, injured all of last year, didn't get any minutes, but has been a vital piece as here's O'Neill on the ball right now.
O'Neal using that speed to win that one. Boltnick. That was off of Boltnick's foot, but you're already seeing the speed that she contains there. Early action there. And Mina Sam, the other one you mentioned, was a starter, and that was coming off the bench last couple of games.
Yeah, O'Neal, kind of a classic attacking midfielder type of player, has that speed and that ability to give those forwards those looks, get the ball through the midfield.
Here's Peters lofting that to Worthman. Searles deals with it. Here's Worthman again. One-on-one with Searles. Worthman trying to get by her. Here's Martin. Across, off target. And easy pickings there from Peyton O'Malley. Looking to go long. Boltnick does well there to control it, but there's a Bronco right there. Long clearance up for Boltnick. Pierre Webster, missed clearance, read well there from Butera. We'll stop the clock. And Avery Peters will have to be attended to the training staff. So I'll have to make a change here.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe a bit of a bloody nose. Can't have who's on the field at the moment. Mentioned another substitute coming in for Western Michigan. It's Brianna Langelon, freshman out of Vancouver, British Columbia. The other sub who came in earlier for Western Michigan, another veteran defender, playing kind of that left back role, Abigail Baldridge, who we see at the University of Louisville. Played 2 seasons. Western.
That party was looking for Boltnick Sam. Out to Mazzaferro. Mazzaferro hooks this cross in and just a little bit too far.
A good look there. Poole was waiting on that far side, just a little bit too far on the ball. That's the right idea for the Falcons. If you can get one of those with the right opportunity, those have proven to be good opportunities that Falcons have scored off in the past. Lexi White going to check in. Bowling Green.
White in for Mazzaferro.
White, the junior out of Lewis Center, Ohio, attended Olentangy High School. 3rd game played in 2025. Had played in 8 last year in 2024.
Sam wanted to play that ball quick. A couple Broncos got on her way. There's Searles of Butera. Martin there wins the ball back, and here comes the Broncos. Angelina, a long-range shot there, but it's saved there from O'Malley. Butera and the Falcons won a foul.
I mean, Langelon, just a bunch of space. Found the gap between the Falcons' back line. That one fell right to her.
Long laser there from Langelon. Good thing it was covered up there from O'Malley. Lamparty. O'Neal almost able to turn on that ball. There was nobody in the center circle there for either team on that pass. I mean, you're seeing a MAC tournament type of game here.
Yeah.
You know, just the type of intensity these two sides are displaying on the field right now.
Yeah, physical, back and forth, a lot of offensive opportunities for both teams. Western Michigan up right now, but Bowling Green has had their fair share of opportunities as well. Had a bit of a lull here in the past few minutes. I mean, we talked about Western Michigan, the energy they were putting forward early in this game that awarded them that goal. The Falcons have done a good job of countering that and providing energy of their own. It can be easy to get behind in a game like this against a team that puts so much pressure on you, and that's one thing they practice is just nonstop, relentless defense and how to counter it.
Here's White. Get that one away. Angelin looking for Martin. A little bit too far. She'll get it right back. Martin again. Here's Meredith Vance out wide. Across to the back post. Oh, it's headed over the bar. That was a cross end from Abby Worthman. That almost found the head of a Bronco.
Almost found the head of Lesperance on that side, but what a cross and what an opportunity there. All they needed was the header to just a little bit better contact on it. That would have been a Western Michigan goal.
Here's Sam, good first touch to get her in stride. At the pool, one-time pass looking for Boltnick. Boltnick trying to cross. Pierre Webster came to block, but they won a corner kick coming up here with under 7 minutes to play here in the first half.
Saw them take the first corner short. See if they like to do so again. We see that pretty commonly with this Bowling Green team.
Corner kick on the way here from Butera. Flighted into the box to the back post, headed back across, it's in! White got the initial header, and it's pounded into the back of the net. The Falcons have tied it up at 1 here going into halftime.
We talked about all the success that they've had on set pieces throughout this year, and they find some more success. Lexi White getting on the scoreboard as a Falcon. I mean, he's watched the cross come in, and yeah, off the head of Lexi White and in. I think that might have been off of a Bronco player. But Bowling Green tying it up at the end of this first half.
How about Lexi White there? Has been predominantly a bench player at time at Bowling Green, but so key as a culture standpoint off the bench, and comes in off the bench, gets her head on a set piece, and a big game-tying goal here going into halftime. Got to feel happy for her.
So many different players contributing in so many different ways on this team all year. Lexi White putting her name in the score sheet. Gotta feel great for the junior of Lewis Center, Ohio.
It looked at first angle that, well, it probably did hit off a Bronco, but it might probably already did by the time the ball already crossed the line.
Yeah.
So good credit to White there on that back post.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happened. All you got to do is put the ball in play and just see what happens. A lot of times that will just bounce around and give you the right bounce. Bowling Green back level in this game, and just like that.
Set pieces have been such a huge part, like you mentioned, to Bowling Green this season.
I mean, give credit to Emmy Butera again, putting the ball in the right spot. It's maybe one of the better defensive midfielders, just in her ability to put set pieces on consistently. That's the big thing with taking set pieces, doing it consistently and putting it in the right spot time after time after time.
Here's Searles looking long for the run of Poole. It was cover there from Sulliver.
I think that makes this a completely new game, right? Western Michigan can't play ahead anymore. They're going to be back on the attack. I think we'll probably expect maybe a bit more energy put towards the high press again. We'll definitely see that in the second half. Like, we've done a good job of countering that lately, but pressure's going to raise.
Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Chance for either side to possibly get a second goal. That one's just knocked away from Green. Couple more subs coming back in. Peters. Hold on that note. It will be Avery Peters for Pierre Webster. Kai Gillian will come in as well for Lesperance. And Henry, if my eyes don't deceive me, Peters is now playing as a defender. You know, she was up as a striker at first, which is very interesting.
You see that pretty often with some of those veteran players who have, you know, grad student players, so she has experience playing in a lot of different positions, did that at Michigan as well. That's interesting doing it in the same game, in the same half as well. That tells you how quickly the formation has changed and how quickly the mindset has changed for Western Michigan. So they're back on the attack here at the end of the first half.
And you have to imagine Pierre Webster's on a yellow, just getting her a little bit of a break and some rest to get back into the second half as that header away gives a Western Michigan corner kick here.
A dangerous opportunity here for Western, but mentioned that's the first time Pierre Webster has been subbed off this season, surely due to that yellow card.
Cross into the box. It's dealt with there from Wolf initially. It's back to Worthman. He'll cycle this one back in play. Takes a bounce, but O'Malley smartly there picks it up. Urging her team to go forward and go quick. Now we'll slow things down. Gotta say, first entertaining half of soccer for sure.
Yeah.
From both teams. Green, Bolnick's wide open. Gets it out to Sam. To the left wing, here's Poole. Wolf to Lamparty. Long pass, intercepted there from Peters. There's Searles, great defending there on Worthman, and then White will be able to win it back.
Searle's been great over there in that sort of right back position, kind of center back right now. But, I mean, she's been great all year playing in that position as redshirt junior.
Green trying to dribble up forward. It's picked off in the midfield from Mullen. Martin almost ran to the way of her teammate. She'll get it right back, and Martin will allow a long-range shot, and it'll be covered up again from Peyton O'Malley.
Really brought into action. We've seen a couple of those long shots from Martin, not afraid to let it loose from beyond the box. That one easily dealt with. The sophomore goalkeeper.
Here's Wolf. Gets it out the Pool. Got about a minute left. And that one just dealt with away. And I think is probably the one thing that Fox might address to his group at halftime is we've seen a lot of uncharacteristic giveaways building on their back, which we almost never saw the first handful of games for the non-conference play and then in the MAC play even.
Yeah, give some credit Western Michigan for that with the pressure that they've put on. I mean, cleaning those up will definitely be a key to getting Bowling Green that second goal here in the second half. Just more consistent chances on getting the ball past the midfield line.
Lamparty dealt with in the box, cleared away initially. Butera trying to win back the ball, and Butera will be called for the foul, and that's going to do what was a physical, intense, entertaining back and forth first half, which started with the goal opening from the Broncos' Avery Peters and answered late in the second half from Lexi White off a corner kick.
Yeah, Lexi White getting her first goal as a Falcon off of that, where that kind of bounced around off of a Bronco and in. But it makes it a whole new game, and it makes it an exciting second half in terms of what we're going to see from these two teams.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll bring you our halftime report here along with something from Fox. Don't go anywhere, listening to the Falcons and the Broncos here on WBGU at PBS.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hardworking public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
a bold approach to engineering. At Bowling Green State University, our engineering degrees fuse the science of traditional engineering with technology and hands-on skills. This combination is what employers are looking for in the up-and-coming fields of robotics, advanced manufacturing, and systems engineering. It's why our graduates find jobs and why BGSU stands out. Don't just get a degree. Secure your future at BGSU.
If you missed this week's episode of Scenic Stops and Stories, you can stream the full episode for free anytime at wbgu.org/scenic stops.
At Bowling Green State University, we are a public university for the public good. A nationally ranked research university, we create public good through our graduates who lead and our collective pursuit of impact in Ohio and beyond. Founded in the Midwest, we never shy away from hard work. We embrace our responsibility to do good. We are proud to have state in our name. It's who we are, always striving forward. Always a public university, always for the public good.
Halftime here at Cochrane Stadium. Bowling Green and the Broncos locked at one apiece from a goal from Avery Peters and a goal from Lexi White. Lucas Kleinmeyer, Henry Costco alongside with you here on WBGU PBS. We're going to recap what was an entertaining, intense, physical, or terminology you want to describe it. That was quite a first half of action of soccer.
Yeah, I mean, both teams with a lot of chances, and we saw Bowling Green equalize at the end of this first half, so it's going to be a brand new game in terms of what we're going to see in the second half, but a lot of highlights to go through from this first half. Starting with this corner coming in from Western Michigan. So many chances that they had here early on, and Peyton O'Malley been pressed into action. Saw that first save that she made, one of many here in this first half, and here's another great chance from Western Michigan. But Jana Searles, just in general, the back line was solid, especially in the second half of the first, but Jana Searles made a couple great plays in this first half. And a lot of physicality as well been telltale of this first half. So Audrey Oliver taking a little jersey tug from Drew Martin, who earned one of a few yellows, as a lot of chances for Bowling Green. There was one off of a free kick. Almost found Emily Holler.
Another example of just pure physicality that entire first half.
Yeah, Drew Martin again on Audrey Oliver. That was a big matchup, but the connection between these Bowling Green forwards was good, but the connection between Western Michigan and their forwards was just as good. There was Langeland, who had another great chance, but Peyton O'Malley covers that one, and here was the Bowling Green goal off the head of Lexi White, and it looked like it already crossed the line before the Bronco player got on it, so Lexi White right with her first goal as a Falcon.
Good for her, and if you look at that as well, she's getting held the entire time on that play with that header, so good credit to her, the strength to put that one in play and give the Falcons back even.
Yeah, I mean, Lexi White got the goal, but it was a lot of chances for the Falcons side. Miss Stransky get a lot of physicality, earned the yellow was brought out of the game. Lizzie Boltnick came in, brought a lot of energy, and that's when a lot of these chances came about. But I talked to head coach Chris Fox about Gabby Lamparty. She scored the game-tying goal against OU, and she's had another great start to this game. Talked to him about what she's done this season. Coach, Gabby Lamparty had that game-tying goal on Thursday against Ohio. Just talk a little bit about her performance throughout the year and how she's helped the team so far.
Yeah, I mean, she's just been a monumental addition to our program. I actually texted something like that last night. I think she just brings so much to the team. I think it's, what she brings as a leader, what she brings defensively. She's so good on the ball. The left foot certainly helps in the build from a balance standpoint. And then just her presence on set pieces, both in attack and defensively. Yeah, fantastic addition to the group, and so proud and so happy to have her.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys.
To the season, OU, or a tough start to conference play with OU on Thursday, and then the MAC favorites here in Western Michigan on Sunday.
Yeah, a couple of really tough opponents coming up for Bowling Green. Mentioned the Kent State, OU, and the Broncos. Gets a little bit easier, but what do you make of these next 5?
Yeah, Central coming here to Cochrane Stadium on September 28th. That'll be next Sunday after they get a Thursday off here this week, and then on the road for the Battle of I-75 on October 2nd, and then on the road at Eastern Michigan. So back-to-back road games next week before they come back home for Miami on Sunday, and then on the road to NIU.
For sure, as well. And look at the Broncos. Kind of a same story, but they're also starting their tough stretch right now, but a lot of them are at home.
Yeah, 3 straight home games coming up. OU will come to town on Thursday for them, and then Toledo at home, followed by UMass, who is a sneaky team that could make some noise here in the MAC this year, coming over from the Atlantic 10. And then on the road for 2 more, at Ball State and then at NIU. But with MAC play kind of getting into the swing of things, it's going to be interesting to see how things play out.
Yeah, that Ohio game on the 25th is one to circle. Not if you're a Bronco or a Bobcat fan, but if you're just fans around the MAC and with these teams, I mean, that's a big match to see how seeding is going to go as well. Last thing before we go to break, Henry, if you're Fox, what do you got to do second half to get that go-ahead goal? Because now you're tied at 1 apiece. The second goal is going to be crucial. What do you do here in the second half to get that goal and get Broncos off the board?
Well, we saw Western Michigan really provide a lot of energy early in that first half. They're going to come out in the second half. They're going to try to provide that same energy. They got to stifle it, and they got to put it the other way. Use that depth and bring in some energy off the bench and try to get that second goal.
For sure, indeed. 1-1 is the score. Bowling Green, Western Michigan. This game could have huge seeding implications in the MAC tournament. We'll take a quick break, and we'll bring you back second half action here on WBGU at PBS.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hard-working public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
a bold approach to engineering. At Bowling Green State University, our engineering degrees fuse the science of traditional engineering with technology and hands-on skills. This combination is what employers are looking for in the up-and-coming fields of robotics, advanced manufacturing, and systems engineering. It's why our graduates find jobs and why BGSU stands out. Don't just get a degree. Secure your future at BGSU.
Second half action is upon us here in Bowling Green. 1-1 is your score between the Falcons and the Broncos. Lucas Clamar alongside Henry Costco with you. We recapped the first half, a lot of first half action, but potentially what could be the biggest storyline going into the second half here is Taylor Green.
Yeah, it looks like she may not be here in the lineup for the second half. Like on a foul that was over towards the Bowling Green box, she maybe injured, got an arm injury, and it seems like she's not going to be able to carry on. And we see Christy Franson, who's come in, and she's going to be a member of the back line. She'll be playing in game number 6 off the bench for her 91 minutes so far in 2025 after missing 2024 due to injury. So that's going to be something that's interesting to watch because Bowling Green not used to playing without the junior captain defender against this tough offensive team in Western Michigan.
Second half action is underway. Both teams will switch sides. And if you see there outside of your screen, Taylor Green appears to be something on with her left arm. But that could be concerned in short term, obviously, but also more long term.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there, but the Falcons will have to play without him. Franson's also a player that missed time last year. Now she's come back into the fray and has been a big help off the bench, mostly for Bowling Green. Now she's going to have a big role here.
Yeah, one of those, having a fresh player in the back line can also be beneficial just in general in the second half when things get down later and players might get tired, as there's a nice tackle from Franson.
Yeah, Meredith Vance there with 4 Falcons around. Trying to make the turn over. Couldn't do so. Is Stransky. We didn't see a good chunk of her towards the end of the second part of that first half. She is on a yellow card. Also on a yellow card is Pierre Webster there, who just booted that ball up and away.
Yeah, that's another storyline to watch. Pierre Webster, especially got to be super careful as the leader of that back line.
O'Malley under some pressure, and she'll be called for the foul. Peters stepped on her foot.
Yeah, had a little bit too much pressure. O'Malley wasn't a fan of that. You mentioned Stransky checked in for Lizzie Boltnick, who put in some good minutes there at the end of the first half in replacement of Stransky.
Long ball into the box from Beckett. No trouble there from O'Malley.
Monteferro checked back in as well for Lexi White, who's on the ball there.
And we still don't know exactly her status, but how much does missing a player like Ella Kane do for a game like this, especially with her speed?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the versatility that she has, especially coming off of the edge in sort of the right wing position that she's played. But the Bowling Green depth that they have has kind of made that not too much of a problem, especially the way Monteferro has played. We saw Lexi White just got on the board in the first half, Emily Haller as well. And yeah, missing Kane is definitely a big deal and could provide a lot of help.
Long ball over to the top from Stransky, and that's going to be tracked down from Thomasma. Had a quietly good first half. One's going to go through everybody, and now Lampart's going to even have a bigger responsibility to do.
Yeah.
Haller trying to track that one. Just giving away carelessly there in the midfield. Butera picks it up. Ricochets off ahead of a Bronco into the foot of Peters, and it's given back to Oliver and back to WMU. Martin over the top. This through ball is through, and Franson there last ditch intervene, and it'll be a corner kick coming up for Western Michigan.
Yeah, the amount of times we've seen that run right through the midfield. Meredith Vance, the defender, was on in the run that time towards a corner for the Broncos, but good defense by Franson. It's going to be a dangerous look for Western with the first set piece of the second half.
Long outswinging ball to the top of the box, dealt with there from Bowling Green. Mazzaferro will get a first touch. Mazzaferro again winning back the ball, dragged down. It'll be a foul and fair from Bowling Green. No card. Was not the last man, so nothing serious like that, but no card given.
Oh, taking another look at it, physicality. It's been a staple of June Mullen on that lane. Yeah, physicality going both ways, but another jersey tug on Mazzaferro. They're awarded the free kick. It's going to be Butera who takes it.
Here's Butera, long ball into the box. Got the head of Stransky and couldn't head that one on goal. We've seen her do that a couple times. Saw her against Duquesne a couple weeks back, Kent State as well. Can put that one on frame.
Yeah, she won the one-on-one situation there. That defender, I believe that was Mullen on the defense. Oh, got the shot off.
And that header just took a bounces and off of Mazzaferro. Here's Peters. And it'll be a throw-in for Bowling Green, so just a couple bodies hit the floor and no foul called.
I've seen that a lot. Players just trying to get, we've seen a lot of fouls called, so players trying to earn them wherever they can get them.
And you have to think with the way this game has gone, and I think the first half probably more chances than what we thought we would get. The second goal is huge for whoever gets it. Third goal total in the game, obviously second goal. Whoever gets the go-ahead goal is just the nature of the game. Both teams might play a little bit more conservative at the start, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Western Michigan had a tough game Thursday night. Had to have a comeback win to beat Miami 3-2 with 2 goals in the second half, and then they have a quick turnaround today. No stranger to these sort of situations. But what they are a stranger to is losing regular season MAC games. Haven't done so since 2022.
Just this time clearance, Poole. Stransky got a wide open Mazzaferro if she could play her, and then just miss-hit. Martin, little flick on, working on Wolf. Wolf failed to earn the foul. Martin's physical. Martin's very scrappy. This first time I've got a chance to see her up and close. Very talented midfielder. She's been everywhere for the Broncos team this game.
I mentioned got her second assist of the season on the first Western Michigan goal. 3 MAC Offensive Player of the Week. 54th game played for Western Michigan in her 4-year career.
We'll follow it back to O'Malley. Here's Franson. Dribbled into trouble. Martin picks it back off. Here is Drew Martin. Going to create a shot herself, and that one's going to be off target.
got the takeaway there for Franson. Franson, I think maybe just took it a bit too far forward. And yeah, Martin takes advantage and gets the shot off just a little bit too far to the left. It's been a bit of a slow start to the first half. I think I expected it to be a bit faster. Both teams kind of settle into the game fairly well. See how it develops throughout the second half.
Lamparty through looking for Stransky. Pierre Webster picked it back up. Here's Martin. There's Martin spinning it around. And Wolf able to win it back. Poole kept it in play. A nutmeg there from Stransky, but that one goes out of bounds.
So Michigan going to put 6 forward right now. Give me a lot of space out to this far side if they can get it there.
Worthman read it really well there from Searles. Foul called.
She gets grabbed and taken to the ground. Another foul on the Broncos. That was Worthman. That one the left wing.
Lamparty out wide. Wolf. Long switch, able to find Mazzaferro. That's a good ball from the 6-year forward. Now Mazzaferro trying to use her speed to get by the Bronco back line. Mazzaferro to the touch line and just kept it in play, but couldn't find a teammate.
That's good defense by Baldridge, the redshirt senior, on the one-on-one situation. Just not let Mazzaferro get by.
Man, a little too far there from Oliver, looking for Mazzaferro. Nicely taken there from Lamparty. A couple ricochets, gives this one back to Western Michigan. Here's Meredith Vance. Oliver crashing on Worthman. It's going to be a goal kick coming up.
Well, I would say Western Michigan has had the advantage here early in the second half, but not by much. Not a lot of offensive action here so far, a bit contrary to the first half. But the one thing that has stayed the same is the physicality between both of these teams.
Maui out to Franson. Searles kept it in play on the line. Never mind. Commentator's curse there. I'll take the blame for that. Well, Western Michigan hasn't changed their formula. Started the second half, just continuing that high press. And again, it's been a little bit nervy most, but I think the Falcons have dealt with it a little bit better in the second half than they did to start the first.
Yeah, I think it caught them off guard a little bit at the beginning of the game, but they've definitely settled in well.
Franson off her own teammate. I was off of Oliver. Lamparty will just clear it up in a way. Trying to get the Falcon to push their numbers up, push their lines out. Because everybody was working their way back into the penalty box almost.
See Ava Beckett, senior defender, going to take the throw in. Played every game and every minute so far in 2025. Actually, a transfer from Providence, where she played 2 years.
Poole, that was off of Beckett. Martin gives it to Peters. Martin trying to spring the run on Vance, and she does. Trying to get around Franson. It's off Franson, and a corner kick coming up for Western Michigan.
Just barely made a corner off the flag. But a great run by Meredith Vance. Actually, she scored
She's done that a handful of times, that run.
Yep. Scholastic earned the MAC Defensive Player of the Week award for goal against DePaul, goal against Miami.
There's Worthman, cross into the box. O'Malley, strong to collect.
That was going to be a look for Western Michigan. They got a couple bodies close to the ball. O'Malley, good recognition to come up and get that one.
Searles looking long. Thomasma. And Holler, nice header. He's going to break all the way to Poole. Poole's got the run of Stransky. Stransky's going to ground this one. Pierre Webster trying to cut her off, and she does. A good idea nonetheless.
Stransky almost got to it. That's the two players there, both on yellow cards, fighting for that ball.
That's Reagan Sullivan. 9 goals conceded now this year, and 25 saves plus. Play with Eclipse SC.
Yeah, played very well, especially for a true freshman goalkeeper. Just came in and immediately started every game so far for them. 1.14 goals against average. Save percentage of .758.
Good job there from Oliver. Earned the throw-in. See there for Bowling Green, a couple of players with knee injuries. Lexus Aprelis, another one that we haven't mentioned.
Yeah.
That's another big loss in the midfield for Bowling Green. She's been so influential this year. So, despite a couple of injuries, the depth of this team has appeared to shown well and shown good. Fox trusted them.
Yeah, injuries is something that, you obviously hope doesn't happen, but something that you have to prepare for. And Bowling Green has prepared well in terms of the depth on this roster. Audrey Oliver has filled into that position. That Spraylos played very well. Mina Sam, another midfielder, has had a great season for the Falcons.
And Party will dribble in the midfield. Out the Pool. It's off of Beckett. Long switch, Mazzaferro. Mazzaferro put a cross into the box, takes a couple of bounces across the 6, and out of play for a goal kick.
Ellie Poole has had a couple of those where she's looking for the opportunity off that far side, just hasn't quite been able to get there, and that's good defense by Western Michigan to cut that off. Ellie Poole quietly had a very good year so far for the Falcons. Didn't play last year, missed all of 2024 due to injury. Came back for this year as a grad student, playing under a new head coach for her, under Jimmy Walker for first couple of years after she transferred from Toledo. And played that left wing sort of role pretty much all year. Tied second on the team in points with 6.
Taryn Oliver both judging that ball. Gets out to Mazzaferro. Franson. Searles. Throw coming up again here for the Falcons. Holler. Out to Searles. She'll hook across in the box. Looking for Stransky. Might fall to Poole. Beckett came sliding in to get that challenge, and they cleared away. And a foul will be called back there from Oliver.
A good recognition by Beckett to stop that one getting to Poole. It was going to have some space out on the far side. And foul call. It's going to go the other way for Western Michigan. There's Pierre Webster. Going to take the free kick. 2023 MAC Defensive Player of the Year, All-MAC first team member. Still looking for her first goal as a Bronco. An assist this year. It's Miami. Against Miami.
you still look for Western Michigan. You have 4 up there, white shirts that might press, but they kind of seem backing off a little bit.
Yeah.
And now you see them starting to provide more press. I think when Bowling Green knocks it around a couple times, but they build out of it. Searles, nice one-touch pass. Mazzaferro now gets on it. Mazzaferro looking through for Holler. It's off of Thomas Ma, trying to keep it one in play, and she does be a throw-in. As Mina Sam will come back into this game for Bowling Green and for Audrey Oliver.
Making a change in the midfield there. That's been a common theme, and a place where they found a lot of offense this year is that run off the right side, from the right back to the right wing connection.
There's Franson, long ball in the box. Stransky losing her footing with Pierre Webster.
Almost near halfway point here in the first half, second half, getting close to it.
And party back to O'Malley again. Peters pressuring. Now you see a little more aggressive press there from Western Michigan.
It seems like for Western, it's been a lot of kind of solo runs that they've looked towards offensively. A lot of their success early in the first half came off of grouping through the midfield and pushing through those midfield chances, getting through the back line. But they haven't had a lot of connection. It seems like it's been a little bit disfigured so far in the second half.
I don't think both sides have been as sharp as they were probably in the first 45.
Yeah. The defensive pressure is ramped up.
Western Michigan substitution, number 27, Brianna Langelani in the game for number 9, Avery Peters.
This one's headed out, and while we have a moment, you're watching this matchup on a WBGU live stream since 1964. WBGU PBS has been an active part of the communities it serves, working with residents to make Northwest and West Central Ohio a better place to live and work. With more than 3,000 members, WBGU PBS is a true community asset and a lifelong learning resource. WBGU PBS local programs and documentaries are designed to broaden knowledge and meet the specific needs of viewers, whether that be education, entertainment, or a combination of both. A couple more subs coming in for Bowling Green. Quinn O'Neill and Lexi White, the goal scorer, coming back into play. So maybe some magic can be provided from those two. Does feel like there was a third goal in this game. Just depends on for who.
I mean, Bowling Green's ability to build out of the back has definitely been better here in the second half. Seen some chances. You see Quinn O'Neill playing a forward role. It's that chance. That one's covered by Sulliver. No, I mean, Quinn O'Neill. It's like, playing a forward role. Typically seen her in the midfield.
Kind of two-way almost. Can play both midfield in that 10 spot almost.
Yeah.
Would have to imagine it's using that speed that she has and maybe pressure that Western Michigan back line.
Yeah, Chris Fox not afraid to change things around. Whatever suits the situation the best. And we're definitely trying to bring some energy back into this game. Achieve that game-winning goal.
So foul called back here. Don't quite know for who, but would have to, Searles was pressured a little bit from both sides. That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Sam under some pressure. Still with it, and it's one back here from Western Michigan. And she'll be called for the foul. That was June Mullen who came back away. So this is a free kick in a very, very good position here for the Broncos.
And Mullen earned takeaway gets around it, and Sam just not letting her get by. I mean, I guess a situation where take the free kick. Looked like it was going to be a pretty dangerous chance for Western. But this is a dangerous free kick in the spot regardless. Looks like it's going to be Martin who will take it, Martin or Canada.
That one just blasted over the bar.
And well, I guess that worked out for Mina Sam. Not much on that free kick.
I haven't said a whole lot of Maddie Canada. 64 games in the past 4 seasons, 61 starts, starting all 20 last year. Has a couple other huge accolades to her Bronco resume.
Yeah, earned an All-MAC award all 3 seasons that she's played. All-MAC first team last year, All-MAC tournament team in 2023, and then All-MAC freshman team in her first season. Canada, one of those players that's been here since kind of Lewis Robinson really got started, was here at Robinson's first season. We mentioned the rebuild that he's brought to this program. Went from 5-4-2 in MAC play in 2022 to 8-0-3 in 2023 and 16-0-6 over 2023 and 2024.
O'Neal gets the turn, gets the nutmeg, and keeps the ball in play. Wow. And I just ran into Pierre Webster, who's done so good putting out those fires all game long. Give the freshman credit there. Butera sticks a leg out. Poole trying to switch this one to White.
Shot finding the open space on this side. See what White can do with it.
Pump fakes, puts the cross in, takes a deflection, and it was last off a White. Goal kick coming up. And she's someone that has played more centrally as a kind of a center forward, but down the right here, and give her credit, she got a goal.
Yeah, earned that first goal. Or no, I mean, we've seen that throughout the whole year. It seems like every game there's someone in a new position trying out a new role. Lexi White out wide, Quinn O'Neal in that forward spot right now.
There's Franson stepping in the midfield to win back the ball past 2 Broncos, slides through and wins the ball.
They're going to keep it going.
Still down there, Western Michigan. Then that's a tackle. And yellow card will be called for Maddie Canada. So it was a little not intense as it has in the first half, and then just one passage of play happens and it picks up.
Yeah, I mean, saw the tackle before that, before the one Canada had on White. Aldridge was down, and yeah, here's a look at it, and I mean, yeah, just pretty obvious yellow there. Not happy with maybe Franson's previous tackle.
Western Michigan yellow card number 14.
So award a free kick to Bowling Green, and yellow card number 6 on the day, if I'm not mistaken. It's a pretty high number, Lucas.
Very, very high number indeed. I haven't seen that a whole lot this year. It has that feel of that MAC tournament game.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be a long set piece from either Butera or Soros. I have to imagine it's Butera. As our head referee, Brian Miller, will go back to the center circle. And indeed, it will be Butera. Hooks this one into the box, looking for Lamparty there. A collision, bounced off a couple Broncos. This is still alive here for BG, and that's eventually cleared away. Lamparty got sandwiched.
Yeah. Yeah, she took a hit when she was on the way down as well. She'll get up and she's gonna be just fine. Bowling Green keeps possession here. Heavy Wolf is gonna take the throw in.
Wolf long throw, Holler trying to flick it on. Just a bit too far. Poole up to O'Neal. Head away from Thomas Ma. And O'Neal will be called for the foul. It's under 20 minutes left, and starting to get up there where it's starting to get later in the match. So you have to wonder, it'll probably be just a couple of really good chances now from both sides. And again, whoever gets that go-ahead goal, that might be the difference.
Yeah, it seems like the energy's kind of gradually ramping up a little bit here in the second half.
There's Holler.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be a season-changing and even a tenure-changing win for Fox, because you look at Western Michigan. I mean, 24 MAC games unbeaten, haven't lost since 2022. I mean, that is an incredible accomplishment if you can beat the Broncos here this afternoon.
Yeah, and I mean, that speaks to the credit of this team. It's just Ellie Poole going to have a chance here out wide. But that one's just going to get out of play right there. But, I mean, you mentioned, you know, one of the best starts in program history for this team. And it's not that they haven't had, you know, good competition. They drew Cincinnati here at Cochrane Stadium at a narrow 1-0 loss to Illinois. And, you know, since that loss, they've really been lights out. And then the turnaround, especially from last year to this year, it's a big difference.
Searles was bumped off the ball to go all the way back to O'Malley, who just clears it away. Poole brings it down nicely. Give it back over to Martin. Be a throw in for Bowling Green.
I think a stalemate might be a good way to put the second half, just with the way it's gone.
Chess match?
Chess match, yeah. And both teams haven't quite gotten the checkmate, I'd say. Hasn't really been a lot of quality offensive chances from either side. There's a chance for Western.
Trying to find a teammate there. As Martin, and Vance puts this one back up. It's going to fall for the Broncos, but Franson just throwing her body out there. Kind of get that play away.
And Franson been solid so far. It's a tough position to be put in. They're taking over for your junior captain defender, who's out due to an injury that she sustained in the first half. But Franson definitely putting her body on the line.
Yeah, that's mishit there from Lamparty. And that's also misconstrued there from Western Michigan. Poole likes to go quick, trying to use the speed of O'Neal here. O'Neal trying to get around Pierre Webster, but just so experienced in just putting out those plays and those counterattacks, whether it's Bowling Green or just any MAC team in the conference.
Yeah, I mean, Pierre Webster was already the best defender in her conference as a junior. Now, with another year under her belt. Be terrible, just clear this one away from danger. You could go around this Western Michigan roster and just talk about all of the veteran presence that they have. Maddie Canada, the senior, even Abigail Baldridge, who came off the bench as a redshirt senior transfer from Louisville. So just all the talent that they have on this team on both sides of the ball.
White hits that off of a Bronco, be a throw in for Bowling Green, which is about 15 minutes left to play. That one goes out of bounds as well. I think you probably could say this game has probably had the most turnovers Bowling Green playing on their back in one game that they've had all season.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair to say.
Chested down, flicked on, crossed the 6, and Wolf will clear it away. That was Martin across the face of goal. That was Brianna Langelin.
Oh, this is going to be interesting here. Baldridge is going to take the throw in. Western Michigan not really stacking the box too much. Looks like they got 6 in right now.
Here's Baldridge.
Advantage.
Baldwin looking for a teammate, and Butero just skies it up.
Nothing there, just not super aggressive. Western Michigan just kind of passive.
How about White intercepting that pass? O'Neal's going to run on this one. Pierre Webster defending. Again, Pierre Webster, good body positioning.
Yeah, just a great takeaway. It's textbook.
Cleared right to Sam. Here's Wolf. She'll hook in across in the box, looking for Poole. And it's still not dealt with fully from the Broncos. Poole gets on this one inside the box. Looks for support, now moves inside. Poole, cross, and Sullivan gets it. O'Neal had it, they're gonna call a foul on O'Neal.
Sullivan not a fan of the contact. I think that was gonna be out for a goal kick anyway, regardless of the foul. A good opportunity for the Falcons. Found Poole deep into the box. Had to be dealt with by Western Michigan.
Very mature, very poised for just a true freshman. It looks like she's been playing collegiate soccer for 3-4 years.
Yeah, not made many mistakes so far today, or really so far this season.
Oh, this one cleared up near O'Neal in a battle, and there'll be no foul called.
Contact from O'Neal and for Webster there.
May have been some contact, but I don't think you're ever going to get that call, really.
No.
Long ball to time in Western Michigan, looking to answer other round with Langelin, and tumble of bodies there with her and Franson. Take it quick. Lamparty. One back here in the midfield. Martin Lamparty again. Ball through. Langelin working on Franson. Ever gets some separation, and he turns the shot, but a good save made from O'Malley.
There was a shot on goal from Western Michigan. That was one of their first of the second half. First, but solid chance. Found O'Malley, who was there to make the save. Just had a hard time creating separation. Definitely a good take by O'Neal.
O'Neal finally gets by Pierre Webster, but she still comes back on a yellow, called for the foul. No second card issued. We should be in for a fast and furious final 11 minutes and 30 here.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. O'Neal on Pierre Webster. Match up a couple of times, and Webster getting the foot in there. O'Neal.
We have 4 subs that want to come in, 2 for each at a moment's notice. Searles let that go. Couldn't get the angle on that one. So Stransky and Mazzaferro in. Esperance back in as well for WMU.
Esperance 25 minutes in the first half. Played 4 years at Northern Michigan, first year with the Broncos.
Got 3 Broncos pressuring the 3 Falcon defenders, just clearing up and away. You know, Worthman back in the play as well.
Esperance, grad student defender, had the single season record in points. Northern Michigan 37 in 2024. Earned her transfer to Division I.
Headed down inside the box. Franson got a foot onto it, and Wolf steals it away. Peter Webster.
Yeah, I mean, just not a lot of aggression from Western Michigan, really, once the ball gets into their box. Just an interesting change from the first half. They're comfortable letting Lamparty move forward here.
Getting right to Pierre Webster. White has moved all the way to the left wing. As this through ball, offside flag will go up there from running Langelin.
A narrow call there, just I think a little bit too far off. Under 10 minutes now. See if Bowling Green, who's kind of had the advantage in terms of offensive pressure here in the second half, can break through.
It's fresh legs of Stransky, who had a breather there, trying to provide some pressure.
Yeah.
Smart there from Wolf. Lamparty looking along once again. Thomasma will step to it first. Butera now looking for Mazzaferro. Mazzaferro off target there.
A little bit short for Stransky. Try to go towards it again. Again, not there.
There's Sam flicking on the header, foul called.
That one on June Mullen, the sophomore of Omaha, Nebraska. 2024 All-MAC freshman team. And the amount of All-MAC awards, just that we mentioned on this Western Michigan team, is pretty unbelievable. That's what happens when you go 8-0-3 in conference play, and more contact on Lamparty that time.
Western Michigan fans not happy about that one.
Yeah, Langeland not happy about it either.
Canada looking long. There's Searles winning back the ball out all the way up to Franson. There's Mazzaferro stepping in. Still Mazzaferro striking a shot, taking a deflection, and a corner kick coming up for Bowling Green in a very promising position. That's how they got their first goal this game. They've had so much success here from set pieces this season.
Yeah, just their variety that they've shown in the different corner kicks that they've taken. Their ability to take it short and also, use Butera's leg to send it into the box. The different looks can kind of make it hard to defend. See what they elect to do here.
Left foot of Butera. Outswinger. Lamparty got her head on him and off the line. It's still loose and cleared away from Western Michigan.
That one looked like about a couple of feet away from crossing the line. Western Michigan just barely keeps it out. Yeah, another one that Lamparty found in the box.
Searles puts it back in. Francis couldn't turn, and that found the head of the player they want. They wanted Lamparty on it. And a hard challenge there from behind. No foul called.
Flying header from Lesperance.
Let's start heading up your way.
Left to White. And Lamparty just putting it up and away, but it's in Western Michigan territory.
This is a dangerous position for Western. They're going to be high pressed around this corner. A couple subs coming in right now.
Avery Peters in for Langelin, and you have White checking out, the goal scorer, and back in for Ellie Poole.
Final push here for both teams. Near 6 minutes. Again, it's going to be kind of an evenly matched throw-in. Western going to make the right move there.
O'Neal, Stransky trying to squeeze by the defense there. Franson. Nice pass all the way to the right from Mazzaferro. Can she keep it in play? She can. Head up, puts the ball in the box. No one out there, top of the 18 for the orange and brown. Pass off of Peters. It'll be a Bowling Green ball. Both teams say, no, it's my ball, it's your ball, it's everybody's ball.
And the ref in the middle there. That's a tough call. If you got it right there.
Searles to Stransky. O'Neal. Stransky comes flying in for that second ball. Cleared up. Broncos looking to counterattack their way to the second goal. Franson's just going to play it safe. Kind of the Broncos. And a foul's going to be called. Tackle there on the far side on Searles, who's had quite the shift, honestly, all game long.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get another look at it. One-on-one situation, and I mean, yeah, just a great job taking away the lane. And Western Michigan seems like rather frustrated at kind of lack of offensive pressure here late in the second half.
That was Abby Worthman for the Broncos. Long for Stransky again. Sam up to win the header. Gets it back to Sam. Sam, nice challenge. Hard challenge there, but it's kind of ping pong action right now, back and forth between the two. Under 5 minutes to play. Here's seeing who has one last big chance here. There's a late winner in this one. Peters, and that's not going to do it there.
I mean, if you just look at the Western Michigan formation, you can't. Okay, now there's O'Malley, but there's a back four, and then not a lot of pressure forward. Not a lot of players forward in general.
Thomas Moff flicks it up. Gonna go right to Searles. Takes a deflection off Stransky's head, and Pierre Webster gives it back to Peters, who's been all over the place for the Broncos this game. How about Quinn O'Neill coming back defensively, went back to the ball. Stransky out the pool. Pool, long switch looking for Mazzaferro. It's off of Baldridge. Could have been a really good break there for the Bowling Green Falcons.
Yeah, they got a little bit of space there. Just couldn't quite get the ball quite right into the box.
Langellin. And Worthman. Vance now running on that left wing. Here's Sam tracking her down.
Good defense by Sam. That was going to be a dangerous cross if that one got in. Now a lot of space here in midfield.
And no one stepping to Avery Peters, who unlocks for range and it goes over the bar. That could have been dangerous there.
Yeah, I think it may have been. I think a bit of a collision there in the box between Lamparty and Langelon. Yeah, a lot of space, it seemed like, and it seemed like they were going to have an opportunity if maybe a couple passes were made.
2:20 left and counting. And Party turned right back over. Wolf gets turned here on this near side. As Barents cross into the box, and O'Malley covers it up. That time the Broncos had a run there in the near post.
Yeah, almost had that one there. O'Malley had to come forward and get it. There's a little bit of pressure here at the end of this game. Bowling Green got to hold on.
Here's Peters, Butera. A little tug of the jersey. It'll be a yellow card for Butera.
Yeah, Peters fired up after that one. It's been Peters and Martin have been two that have been very physical in this midfield. Not afraid to put contact forward and draw that yellow card. That's number 7 on the day.
1:38 left remaining. It'd be Pierre Webster's free kick. So while it might be a smart foul, it's a set piece and a pretty dangerous opportunity here.
Yeah, this one of the best looks of the second half for Western.
Here's Pierre Webster floating this one. Butera, how about that? Rising up to win the header. Baldridge picks it up. Worthman. It's off of Mazzaferro. Some defending to do here for Bowling Green. The box, Langelin trying to put this one up in the air. Wins the header. Franson just heading it back up in play. Searles up to win it. And now Mazzaferro clear it away. And I have the run here of a couple of Falcons to Quinn O'Neill using her speed. And Solver is clearing it away.
It's going to be a throw in. O'Neill really putting the pressure on with that, mentioned that speed that she provides.
Falcons trying to go quick here under a minute to play. Thrown again here for Bowling Green.
Under a minute now, they're going to have to go quickly. Not a lot of players in the box for the Falcons right now.
They tried to go quick, almost exhausted. Down to 30 seconds. All the way back to Soliver. And unless a miracle happens here with 20 seconds, that should all about do it.
There's another foul. Again, Peters on Butera.
Foul left. And ref not going to stop the clock. Going to put this one back in the mixer and head it away. And that's how this one is going to finish. 1-1, a draw between Bowling Green and Western Michigan. So the MAC unbeaten streak for the Broncos stays intact. Now the 25 games going all the way back from 2022. Bowling Green, though, still remain unbeaten in MAC play now, winning 2 draws.
Yeah, it seemed like it was kind of a story of 2 different halves. The first half, a lot of energy, a lot of physicality, both goals scored in that first half, and then second half, a lot of trouble for both teams and a lot of defensive play. But overall, I think both teams will be maybe not pleased, but content with a 1-1 result and a draw with these 2 MAC teams that are going to be fighting for a tournament spot here come October.
Bowling Green will be at home against the Central Michigan Chippewas the next Sunday. Look to remain unbeaten in MAC play, but the good start to this year continues, just 1 loss on the year. So that's going to do it for our broadcast here. For my broadcast partner, Henry Costco, I've been Lucas Kleinmar on behalf of our entire WBGU PBS crew. So long, and have a good rest of your Sunday afternoon.